Hello and welcome to another edition of Audiology Talk. My name is Tony Lombardo. I'm one of the audiologists with Grason-Stadler. Today we're going to be talking about getting started with the template editor in GSI Suite version 2.9. The first thing I want to point out is that we've made a change as to where we access the template editor. Previously, you would hit the configuration icon here. In the template tab, there was a button that said template editor, and that's where you would go. Now what we're going to do is we're going to hit the drop down and configure, and we can go back to that configuration menu or manage templates, and we are going to select manage templates. When you select manage templates, the first thing that's going to do is if you have already edited some templates, it's going to go to your user-defined templates. We have three different sections here. The first one is our locked templates, and these are the templates that we have created here at Grason-Stadler that combine a lot of the different tests that you can transfer into GSI Suite, so audiometry, tympanometry, OAEs, in all different combinations for both practitioner reports and patient reports. So you can start by grabbing one of these templates if it's kind of close to the way you want your template to look, and you can edit from there. So what you would do is select the one that you want to edit, and then you would hit copy up here, and what that's going to do is it's going to make a copy of this template that will allow you to edit it. And will also allow you to change the name of the template so it's easy to find. So right here, I've got my template. I'm going to hit rename, and I'm just going to put standard as my standard template. And I don't know how to spell, but I'll get it there. There we go. All right. And now that I've got a new name for it, got it selected, I can hit edit, and that is going to open up my template editor and allow me to go in and edit however I see fit. So generally with the template editor, when you're going to be editing a template that's got stuff on it already, a couple of quick tips. Number one, whenever you're dealing with any of these elements, or whether it's the audiogram here or the masking table, the speech audiogram, all of these are, we can check the properties and make adjustments to how these different elements appear and also what data they're going to represent for us. So if you just right-click on the element, the properties menu is going to bring that up. Now, these are going to be different for each one of the elements, but it's going to give you options on how this element displays the data that you are going to be moving in and out of Suite. So that's tip number one. The second thing that I want to make mention is that we have two separate distinct areas of the template. We've got a header and a footer. So we've got the top title stuff on top, and then the footer down here with our signature. The middle section, anything in this middle section here, we want to make absolutely certain that it's not touching the header or the footer. GSI Suite, when we're doing our templates, if we have, for example, comments that go over, if it automatically adds a second page, anything in the header or footer is going to be on that second page. So if your element is touching that header up here, that's going to make it so that when the comments roll over, the audiogram rolls over, and we don't want to have that happen. So that's tip number two. Make sure that the header and footer are separate from all the other elements on the page. Tip three is that when you're done, you want to make sure that you hit either default or favorite. So that's going to make it so that it's easier to navigate to these reports. As you could see earlier, there are a ton of different reports in Suite. You want to make sure that these are easy to find and get to. Fourth, if you're going to be wanting to make a new template, you can start with new, and then you can completely customize. So you can move all the different elements over from the general settings, audiometry, tympanometry, and OAE, and that gives you free reign to make things however you want. Now, one thing that happens often is that we have two elements of the same kind. So I've got two diagnostic timps here, and let's just say that I've worked with one of them, and I've got the size the way I want it. I want to change one of them to a left so that both of them are on there. One thing that you can always do with Suite is, so I've got two different sizes here, is you can grab hold of both of these. So you hit function, select them, control, as you're clicking, you select the one that you like for the size, hit both of them, that selects them both. Now These little icons here allow us to do things like make the same size, align the top edges or the bottom edges, and this becomes a very valuable tool when you're trying to figure out how to make it look really nice and clean and everything balanced on your report. And for our last tip, I'm going to move out of the template edit here. I'm going to say, oh yes, we're going to delete that, is that when you are done with your templates, the icons that we use most often are going to be view and print. So if you see these little drop downs here, this is where when you star something, it gets in these drop downs, and if you have the check mark, that's your default. So when you're managing your templates, you want to make sure that you mark the ones that you want to use most often, so that when you're going to view it or you're going to print it, those are the ones that are coming down on your drop down to make it easier. So that is a real quick overview of the template editor. For more detailed information, make sure you check out our website and pay attention to our social media for more information and more episodes of Audiology Talk.